Yo, good evening, everyone in the USA, Canada, all over the world, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now rocking with the 99th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. And we have a great show for you today, folks. So listen to this. We are live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. Along myself is my Instagram live right now, where I'm streaming right now. And a couple of things I want to touch up on. If you're new to the channel, if you are a new listener and new watcher from the YouTube universe, welcome to the show. And you miss any previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got your back. All you need to do is go subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you enable alerts so you can be reminded of when the show goes in the air via live stream. Plus, stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Make sure you download your favorite episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, tell a friend to another friend, and I will go over the audio streaming platforms on the go. So there you have it right there. Also, make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram. That way you can see me in action with the recording of the podcast show episodes that I'm doing for different shows. All right. Um, let me see. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, um, all right. I'm gonna cut to the chase with a segment that I like to call, you know, chatting on the jazz. And you guys already know what it is. This is about basically the trending topics, not just the trending topics, also the stories that don't get any recognition. So we touch on that in different segments. Of course, mass transit is included. Of course, mental health is included. I'm not gonna really I'm not gonna really get too much into mental health today, but most likely I'll probably, remind people on all that stuff. So there you go, right there. So, um, so check this out. Um, so our first topic has to do with what went down in my area, which is crazy because you rarely hear any reports about what's going on in Laurelton, Queens, which is where I stay. So, so check this out. Um, a driver died after he crashed his car into the side of the Laurelton Parkway in Queens Saturday evening, November 20th, according to NYPD. The motorist, 43-year-old Long Island resident Shalik Robinson, was heading north on the highway near Merritt Boulevard in Laurelton at 6:22 p.m. when he hit the right guardrail, veered across three traffic lanes, and smashed into the left guardrail, police said. Um, Paramedics brought the driver to Long Island Jewish Valley Stream Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. According to cops, um, there have been 8 crashes with 10 people injured at the at that intersection over the past decade. And just up the road at exit 24B, there have been additional crashes, injuring 5 and killing 1 motorist, according to data collected by the website. Wow. That's crazy, man. Here's my thing about crazy people and how they drive, man. Like it just goes back to what me and my homegirl was talking about in terms of, you know, road rage and stuff. And yeah, a lot of drive there's some drivers that don't know how to fucking act. And I feel that like, they're just jerks. They're fucking jerks, man. You know what I mean? And I wish I didn't have to hear about the terrible, terrible, terrible tragic car crash. You know what I'm saying? Um and it happened in where I live. Like, that's crazy, man. Damn, that's crazy. Um speaking of speaking of crazy, let me see what I was gonna actually do. Oh, okay. We're gonna get to we're gonna talk about let's talk HBCU. All right. So, so this is a recent story about HBCU, right? Okay. So, all right. So, unless you've attended an HBCU or at the very least an HBCU game, you can't fully comprehend just how lively the atmosphere is whenever the marching bands plays. It's much, much more than this attempted swag surf. Um, can we even call it that? From the Auburn student section during their football game against Alabama last month. Um, Pepsi has been a major sponsor of the entertainment industry, most notably with its $2 billion deal with the NFL to sponsor Super Bowl halftime shows dating back to 2012. The agreement is set to expire after the 2022 season. Now, the iconic pop cultural beverage brand is shifting its attention to highlighting HBCU culture in a first ever national TV ad set to air um, on Saturday. The 3 million 60-second ad will air during this weekend's much anticipated Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship game on ESPN2 between Prairie View and Jackson State. The ad called the halftime show features um F FAMU and Jackson State University's band while highlighting the electricity and history they bring to game day, according to a press release from Pepsi. Um The ad is part of the company's racial equality journey commitment that was announced in 2020, where more than $570 million was pledged over the next 5 years to elevate diverse voices within the company, supply chain partners, and communities. um, communities, while helping to address issues of inequality and create opportunity. At PepsiCo, we committed to supporting HBCUs year round, and I'm honored to help shine a light on these marching bands with this new spot airing during one of the largest games of the season, said Chauncey Hamlet, um, CMO, VP of PBNA South Division. We wanted to spotlight these two incredible bands because we know that in HBCU culture, the game is not just about football, but also the energy, hype, and history these bands bring to halftime and beyond. This ad campaign provides a fitting showcase for two exceptional music programs, said Dr. Shelby Chipman, FAMU director of bands. Our marching band students are committed to excellence in the classroom and performing on the field. This campaign celebrates their dedication and talent. Fans of the in, incomparable, incomparable marching 100 will be pleased. Former Kentucky State University football player James Jenkins described the experience of an HBCU marching band to the Black Wall Street Times like this. As a former HBCU football player, the pageantry, brotherhood, the grit, and history is something I still think about till this day. Still miss it, actually. The relationship between an HBCU football program and the band goes hand in hand. We always go back and forth about who really brings people to the games, but the contribution that the band brings can never go unnoticed. The use of one's gifts to the mix is another point I'd like to highlight. Other than being able to play so well that they are inspiring a no, excuse me, a future band member, or play so loud that the next town would hear those beautiful sounds, dancing, performing as a cohesive unit from the stands to the field is quite a sight to see. I'm talking about song battles between the band and their opposition, or even battles between opposing sections as well. It is true that people do stay to watch the halftime show compared to non HBCUs, where people go to the concession stands. Never forget the fifth quarter is where the bands perform against each other one last time to see who really is the best band. Wait, in the fifth quarter? Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute here. Last time I checked, football has four quarters. Since when it has the fifth quarter? That part I'm not understanding. That part makes no sense. That shit makes no sense to me. Um oh my god, that shit makes no sense to me. Yeah. And there's some comments that I want to actually get into actually. Let me see. So this person says, it makes me sad and angry that Pepsi is using the false notion of promoting HBCU culture when all they are doing is tapping into a huge new market for soda sales. All soda companies advertise heavily in Black communities. Make no mistake, if Pepsi were really interested in doing good for the HBCU community, they would give support with no strings attached, or they would address the chronic health issues debilitating communities of color like obesity and diabetes, both of which sugary drinks are a major contributor. They dangle a carrot in terms of financial support to gain access to a new pool of customers set. Well, I don't know about that one, but but at the end of the day, Pepsi's a business, man. I mean, it's hard. Like it's hard to actually, convince people um in Pepsi to actually, quote unquote do the right thing. But what is the right thing? I mean, what do you call the right thing? Like you can't please everybody and you can't really please and cater to everybody and stuff like that though. Like, what I mean? There's a lot of things that, we can't there's a lot of things we can't control, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so the weekend Pepsi aired the first ever national TV ad called Halftime Show featuring FAMU and Jackson State University bands while highlighting the electricity. Hold on. I don't know what yeah. So this is crazy. Um, I don't know about that one right there. Um, earning her doctorate McBay became a professor of mathematics at Spelman College, the oldest historically black college for women in America. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one right there. Let me see if there's any more info that I could actually get to. Nah, this is crazy right there. Let me see. Let me see something here. Um, Students, alumni, family, and friends affiliated with historically black colleges and universities are aware of how talented their schools bands are. And a new commercial Pepsi hopes to inform the rest of the world. The ad is set to air on ESPN on Saturday, which was 3 weeks ago. During the broadcast of the anticipated Southwestern Athletic Conference championship football game between Prairie View, um, AM, A&M, and Jackson State University. Jackson State's Sonic Boom of the South stars in the commercial alongside the Florida A&M University Marching 100. HBCU alum Alan Ferguson directed the commercial in partnership with Creators League. Pepsi is investing over 300 million behind the ad set to air during the uh, aforementioned matchup, as well as on ABC during Celebration Bowl set to air December 18th, um, which was recently, and various national media outlets throughout the end of the month. Both JSU and FAMU's bands are known throughout the HBCU community for their showmanship, style, and innovation. Um, it is an esteemed honor to have been selected to participate in a nationally televised commercial with Pepsi, said Dr. Roderick Little, JSU Director of Bands, in a press statement, end quote. Of course, this is an outstanding opportunity for our students, band and university. But I'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge what this affiliation means for all HBCU band programs regarding exposure that could garner the support of future donors and corporate sponsors. The future is bright for HBCU bands programs because of great opportunities such as these. This ad campaign provides a fitting showcase for two exceptional music programs, added Dr. Shelby Chipman, FAMU Director of Bands. Our marching band students are committed to excellence in the classroom and performing on the field. This campaign celebrates their dedication and talent. Fans of the incomparable Marching 100 will be pleased. It was an amazing experience for our students to work with the production team during their visit to our campus. The commercial is an extension of Pepsi's effort to support HBCUs and foster Black talent. The company also has a partnership with JSU football coach Deion Sanders, as well as multi-year sponsorship deals with the National Battle of the Bands and SWAC. Excuse me. There's also Pepsi's She Got Now. Um, Alan McKellar Jr. internship program for HBCU female students, a $100,000 donation that made it possible for Hampton University's marching band to perform in its first Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and the Mountain Dew Real Change Fund that awards HBCU students $1 million to fund startups. At PepsiCo, we've committed to supporting HBCUs year round, and I'm honored to help shine a light on these marching bands with this new spot airing during one of the largest games of the season. said Chauncey Hamlet, CMO, VP of PB&A South Division. We wanted to spotlight these two incredible bands because we know that in HBCU culture, the game is not just about football, but also the energy, hype, and history these bands bring to halftime and beyond. Um, yeah, I don't see how that's a bad thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see how that's a bad thing. So I'm not even gonna really, waste my time on this. But that's actually a good look, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna go to yeah, I've been hearing a lot of talk about Travis Scott when he did the interview with Charlamagne the God. So basically, here's what's happening here. According to Variety, Travis Scott spoke out for the first time about the Astroworld tragedy when Charlamagne the God released a um, nearly hour-long discussion on December 9th. The somber back and forth was dropped on Charlamagne's YouTube channel. Scott was asked early on in the interview when he knew that there were fan injuries and ultimately deaths at the November 5th festival that left 10 people dead and scores injured. I didn't know the exact details until minutes before the press conference after my set, he said. And even at that moment, you are like, wait, what? People pass out, things happen at concerts, but something like that, be con- he continued trailing off. Scott also denied hearing any distress from the crowd that would have caused him to stop the show. It's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Anytime you hear something like that, you want to stop the show, he said. You want to make sure fans get the proper attention they need. Anytime I could see anything like that, I did. I stopped it a couple of times to just make sure everybody was okay. And I really just go off the fans' energy as a collective, call a response. I didn't I I just didn't hear that. Scott also said that from his vantage on the stage, the combination of music, the band, lights, pyro, and other elements makes it difficult for him to have a full grasp of what's going on in the crowd or be able to perceive the difference between fans in danger versus enjoying the show. You can only help what you can see and whatever you are told. Whenever they tell you to stop, you stop, he said. Charlemagne also pressed Scott on the raging culture his shows are known for and if that contributed to the deaths. That's something I've been working on for a while is creating these experiences and and trying to show these experiences are happening in a safe environment, he said. Us as artists, we trust professionals for when things happen that people can leave safely. And this night was just like a regular show. It felt like it's like to me, as far as the energy, it didn't feel like, people didn't show up there just to be harmful. People just show up to have a good time and then something unfortunate happened. And I think we really just got to figure out what that was. Raging, there's not a textbook definition, he continued. But in concerts, we've grown it to be just the experience of fun. It's not about just harm. It's not about that. It's about letting go and having fun, help others, and love each other. Yeah. Obviously, before I go to the next topic, so obviously, um, hold on, before I get my verdict on this shit, man, hold on, hold on, I'll be right back, folks. My bad, folks. I had to use the bathroom real quick. Um, yeah, as I was saying, I was about to say something about the whole Travis Scott interview thing. Um, Look, did he make it worse on himself? I mean, I highly doubt that shit, though, man. I mean, you know what I mean? And for those of you who are just tuning in and listening that don't know what's going on with the whole Travis Scott thing, there's been some 10 fatalities at the Astro World Music concert and stuff, and and he's dealing with a whole bunch of lawsuits of people um that got trampled and stuff, and yeah, it's just crazy to me, man. You know what I mean? But you know, he's only human. You know what I mean? He's only human, and I can't really stress this. This is crazy, man. I can't really stress this enough, man. Like, how do you even like it's very, very, very difficult to actually tell because that the concert in Houston, Texas was, it was dark. How can he possibly see what was going on when it was nighttime? Like, come on, man, really? And then I don't think the whole thing should be on. I don't think the whole thing should be on Travis Scott, though, man. I have to say it has to be on Live Nation. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why. I don't know why Drake is getting dragged into this shit, though, man. That's crazy to me too. But I mean, it's crazy. Um, as for his case and stuff, I don't think he made it worse, man. I think he was trying to defend himself as far as anything goes. And yeah, look, in the future of music concerts and stuff like that, I mean, it's probably going to end up being some changes in the future for concert goers and stuff. I mean, some was saying that there's not enough security, which is pretty obvious to me. It wasn't enough security, and it wasn't really enough people in the medical team to actually help out those people. So that's crazy, man. Um, so did he did he make it worse for himself? I don't know if he made it worse for himself though, to be honest with you. But anyway, man. Um anyway, I kind of wish he do the best that he can to actually, and it's not just about laying low, man. Like, come on, man. What do you expect him to do? Be stuck at the crib because of all this shit going on? Like, come on. Like, you can't blame the music artist. You can't blame the music artist, man. You have to blame a company. You have to blame a company like Live Nation. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy to me. Um um And you know what though, man? Speaking of crazy, before I go on, let's go to yeah, speaking of crazy, let's go to the whole yeah, let's go to Little Meech. All right. Hold on, guys. Let me see how much I got. All right. I'm gonna actually wing this, so let's do this. Hold on a sec. I don't know who. Anyway, I'm not gonna really get to the waves, so don't worry about that. Anyway, so an exclusive interview with All the Smoke, Demetrius Lil Meech, Flannery Jr., who plays his father in the 50 Cent powered BMF, which stands for Black Mafia Family, I think, series on the Stars Network, talks about the moment he realized who his father really was and his impact on the drug game. The story of Flan- the um, Flannery brothers is shown in acute detail in the BMF series. But in real life, the son of Big Meech had no idea that his dad was a notorious drug dealer until well into his teens. The 21-year-old Flannery explained, in quote, I didn't understand until I started my teenage years. I'm hearing the rappers say his name in songs, and I'm going out and I'm just running into all type of different people, and they telling me that my dad did for them because my family still wasn't telling me as I grew up, like, your daddy is Big Meech. Big Meech was convicted of running a nationwide continual criminal enterprise and conspiracy to launder money instruments until the FBI took down the Black Mafia family in 2007. Meech was given a 30-year sentence but had some of his time reduced this past summer as Judge David M. Lawson took 36 months off of Meech's 360 month sentence. Oh boy, that's crazy. Okay, that's crazy though, man. Like, that's crazy to me, man. Like, how do you not know that your own dad was a drug kingpin? Like, really? That's crazy, man. That's really crazy to me, man. Um, I don't know, man. I never watched the BMF TV series for some reason. I never really got into it though. Because I've been so, like I said, I've been so busy and stuff. So, you know what I mean? And, speaking of busy, can we talk about Jim Jones and DJ Drama? All right. So, Jim Jones and DJ Drama have both enjoyed something of a renaissance in 2021. Jimmy teamed up with producer Harry Fraud. I can't believe that's his last name. To release the Fraud Department. Oh man. In February before gracing the stage at Madison Square Garden alongside Cameron and Joel Santana as Dipset faced off against the Locks in an unforgettable versus showdown in August. Drama, meanwhile, topped the Billboard 200 chart for the first time in his career thanks to Tyler, the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost, which he hosted like it was one of his mid 2000s Gangsta Grills mixtapes. He also um he also hit the road with Rick Ross, Two Chains, Jeezy, Gucci Mane, Little Kim, and more on the star-studded Legends of the Streets tour earlier this year. Looking to close their respective comeback campaign strong, Jim Jones and DJ Drama have announced they are joining forces for a new Gangsta Grills mixtape called "We Set the Trends," dropping December 17th, which was a couple days ago. Um, the projects the project marks the duo's first collaboration since 2006, The Seventh Day Theory. But Jimmy promises this new tape will sound like anything but a 15-year gap. Gangsta, um, Gangsta Grills, um, we set the trends. December 17th. We dropping um at DJ Drama like it's 2006 and 2021. Hashtag VL Records Empire, he wrote on Instagram while posted in the studio with DJ Drama. Wow. The Harlem rapper also shared a preview of the mixtape's title track, a collaboration with Migos, which will arrive on December 10th as a warm up to the full project. You see me doing all that work in this past few weeks.
This is what we've been tucking, he says in the clip, referencing his recent sightings with the Atlanta trio. Jim Jones treated fans to a longer snippet of "We Set the Trends" on Instagram last week. I called Jimmy, kicked it with the Bills. We already ran up a milli, so that shit ain't really interesting. He had a line. He get a penalty, said he started. Then I'ma finish him. Takeoff can be heard rapping in his verse. The Skull Game Cap has clearly been enjoying the company of Migos outside the studio too. Earlier this month, Jim Jones filmed him and Offset partaking in some late night gambling, if only to prove to their wifeys they've been staying out of trouble. These niggas got me out way past my curfew. We gonna blame it on Offset tonight. He joked. I need an alibi. This is an alibi right here. Hold on, folks, as I take a little sip of water here. Give me a sec, folks. All right. We Set the Trends isn't the only project Jim Jones has on deck. He also working on a joint album with fellow New York native Mano as part of their new duo Lobby Boys, which they announced in September. It's been a long time in the making, Mano told Hip Hop DX. The process was dope. The music is crazy, and people will be very surprised at how fire this shit is. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Um, yeah, we'll see. I might do review on the mixtapes on the mixtape and stuff since it came out. Um, on my other show, Meticulous Virtues podcast. For those of you who may not know what that is, it's basically a review show where I review music artists in terms of the singles, the bodies of work on their albums, the LPs, the EPs, and I am going to add mixtapes to it. So don't don't worry about that one right there. Um, and yeah, there you have it. And speaking of which, 50 Cent taps Lil Durk and Jeremiah for Power Spinoff theme song. Okay, here we go. 50 Cent continues to dominate with several hit television series. BMF recently finished its first thrilling season. It is easily one of the G Unit CEO's best work as an executive producer. The show has already been renewed for season two. Um, as BMF ended, season two to Power Book Two Ghost began, and the plot thickens with only two episodes. On the other hand, the world awaits another Power spinoff starring a fan favorite character, Tommy Egan. Over the past year, Fifth has teased the spinoff in various ways. He recently took his social media accounts to confirm the the completion of the Power Book for Force theme song. Okay, the Force theme song is done. Me, Lil Durk, and Jeremiah coming soon. Boom. Tweeted 50 Cent. This is not the first time Durk and Jeremiah have collaborated. Back in 2015, the two collaborated on Lil Durk's track Like Me. The Power Empire continues to grow with the addition of Force. During the first season of Power Book 2 Ghost, Tommy made a few cameo appearances. Now it is Joseph Sakura's turn to tell Egan story. It follows the success of Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Book 3 Raising Canaan. Power Book 4 Force is set to premiere on February 6th on Stars. Peep the trailer below. Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube too, actually, so you could just check it out right there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to catch up with all these Power Book spin-offs. Actually, it's kind of hard to catch up with all of them because as I said before, it's I've been busy trying to push 3 podcast shows whatsoever. Um, and I'm actually going to basically do what I can to actually catch up on certain shows that I didn't get a chance to watch actually. And speaking of TV shows, let's talk Euphoria. Hold on 1 second. Let me see how much time I'm going here. All right. Oh, so let's talk Euphoria. Yeah. Breaking up is hard to do. The somber aftermath of Rue, played by Zendaya, and Jules, played by Hunter Schafer. Breakup um reverb reverberates in the new full-length trailer for the second season of Euphoria. Season 2, set to return on January 9th, looks almost as turbulent as its debut, following recovering teen addict Rue as she continues to grapple with love, loss, and sobriety following her relapse. Damn. Set after the events of last year's Christmas time specials that offered um, poignant character studies of Rue and Jules, respectively, the new season appears to pick up shortly after during New Year's. Rue reels around a luggage full of prescription drugs, and an unidentified character wields a gun, and more chaos ensue in the trailer for the new 8 episode season. Newcomer Dominic Fike is also front and center as Rue and Jules' newest confidant. Along with Fike, Minka Kelly and Demetrius Flannery Jr. also joined the sophomore season of Sam Levinson's melodramatic teen drama, which, by the way, his AKA name is Lil Meech. So, as I said before, I guess maybe, I don't know. So, returning cast members include Angus Cloud. Oh shit. Jacob Elordi, Algie Algie Smith, Sydney Sweeney, Alexa Demi, Barbie Ferreira, Maud Apatow, Javon Walton, Storm Reed, Austin Abrams, Nika King, and Eric Dane. Course, of course, you can actually watch the trailer. Of course, you can watch the trailer. I don't know if you could. I don't know if I don't know if YouTube has it, but I'll probably look at it when I get a chance. So, here we go right here. Um, anyway, so let's see what else can I talk about here. Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Let me do this actually. Hold on, folks. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute here. Wait a minute here. So let's check this out, man. We gotta say SIP to Kangol Kidd, the UTFO rapper who pined for Roxanne. Um, so As a member of the Brooklyn rap group UTFO, Kangol Kidd helped craft one of hip hop's earliest viral hits, Roxanne Roxanne, a self deprecating jam about a financial woman. She's an apple, a pear, a plum, and a peach who rejects the rapper's macho advances. Released in 1984 as the B-side to a largely forgotten single, Hanging Out. The track sold more than a quarter million copies and launched what seemed like a thousand response records. It blew up. Kango later told Billboard magazine, while everyone else was talking about how much money they had and how many cars they owned, we said that no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't get this young lady. That was keeping it real. Everyone had a Roxanne in their world. Kango, who took his stage name from his favorite hat brand, was a rapper, producer, breakdancer, and all around hip hop pioneer. One of the best dancers to officially perform with a rap group on stage. One of the first rappers to receive a brand endorsement, and one of a few artists at the center of the Roxanne Wars, one of the genre's first great feuds. All right, we're now on mute, guys. Um. Anyway, so he was 55 when he died, December 18th, at a hospital in Manhasset, New York, on Long Island. The cause was complications of colon cancer, said his publicist, Lion Lind Weedle. His death came during a mourning period for hip hop, which recently lost cultural critic Greg Tate, longtime Roots bassist Leonard Hubbard, and Los Angeles rapper Draco the Ruler. In an Instagram tribute, the Roots drummer and hip hop historian Questlove credited UTFO and their producers, the music group Full Force, with redefining the song format for hip hop. After years in which hip hop tracks routinely lasted 8 minutes or longer, appealing to nightclub DJs trying to keep the party going, UTFO released tightly structured 4 or 5 minute songs, including their breakout hit Roxanne Roxanne. The song sampled the drums from Billy Square, the Big Beat, which became a hip hop staple. Um, and opened with a verse from Kango recounting his unsuccessful efforts to woo Roxanne. Um, Man, she was walking down the street, so I said, "Hello, I'm Kanga from UTFO." And she says, "So?" And I said, "So, baby, don't you know I can sing, rap, and dance in just one show? Cause I'm Kango, Mr. Sophistic Sophisticator. As far as I know, ain't nobody greater from the beginning to end and to beginning. I never lose because I'm all about winning." Within a few months, Roxanne reached number 79 on the Billboard Hot 100 and cracked the top 100 on the R&B chart, which included rap at the time. UTFO went on the tour with artists including Run DMC, Curtis Blow, and New Edition, and even appeared on Phil Donahue's talk show, breaking into the mainstream at a time when hip hop was still in its commercial infancy. Los Angeles Times journalist Steve Pond called Roxanne Roxanne the most pervasive, the most talked about, and the oldest hit record in rap history. The song became a true phenomenon only after UTFO canceled a concert date in New York, prompting a 14-year-old rapper named Lolita Shante Gooden to record a diss track with one of the show's organizers, producer Molly Mall. Adopting the name Roxanne Shante, she released Roxanne Speaks Out in late 1984, insulting each UTFO member and kicking off the Roxanne Wars. Over the next year, an estimated 100 songs riffed on her song or the UTFO original. Sparky's turn on Roxanne, You Are Through. Yo, my little sister Roxanne's brothers, the parents of Roxanne's doctor, the real man, due to Roxanne's a man, the untold story, and the final word, no more Roxanne, please, to name a few. Kangol and UTFO also responded, recording the follow up songs, calling her a crab. Oh shit. Um, the real Roxanne for their 1985 self-titled album, which marked their full-length debut. At times, they were booked for concerts and music festivals alongside Shantae, leading to a lot of glares and snarls off stage between the two artists, according to Kango. Hip hop is a sport, he said in a 2017 interview with All Hip Hop TV. A lot of breakdance is battle, rap is battle, DJs battle, but we were the first to battle on wax. He added that Roxanne even prompted an unreleased song from gangster rap group NWA called Rockman. Um, it's incredible. He told the Washington Post in the midst of the Roxanne craze as UTFO moved from playing at small clubs to airy convention centers. We make a record about how we can't get a girl now they all want to meet us. Um Kangol Kidd, also known as the Kangol Kid, was born Sean Schiller Frequeer in Brooklyn on August 10th, 1966. Both parents were Haitian immigrants. His father, Andre, was a cab driver, and his mother, Jean, worked as a housekeeper at a hospital. From a young age, he was usually seen wearing an oversized newsboy style Kangol hat, leading to his nickname. He told the New York radio station Hot 97 that the hat company sent a cease and desist letter to his record label Select after he started turning touring, with UTFO. The company soon changed its mind, apparently deciding his name was good for business and providing him with free hats, sunglasses, and other apparel. One of his hats is enshrined in the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. Kangol Kidd started out as a dancer performing on the streets of New York with Dr. Ice. Oh shit. Fred Reeves, by the way. Under the name the Keystone Dancers. They won a local dance competition at Radio City Music Hall as teenagers and toured with the hip hop group Houdini, dancing on stage before starting a rap collective of their own, UTFO, which stood for Untouchable Force Organization. Founded in 1983, the group also included Mixmaster Ice, Maurice Bailey, oh shit, and educated rapper Jeffrey um Campbell, who died of cancer in 2017, sometimes referring to themselves as the village people of rap because of their distinct stage personas. UTFO later released songs including Your Cold Wanna Be With Me and Fairy Tale Lover and R&B ballad. So the group disbanded in the early 1990s, a few years after recording the title track of their album Lethal with the heavy metal band Anthrax. What? Why would you name a medical? Why would you name a fucking metal band Anthrax, a disease that happened in 2001? What is wrong with people? Are you serious? Really? Like, come on, son. Like, you gotta come up with a better name for a metal band, man. That's ridiculous, right there, man. Yeah. So that's crazy, man. So Kangol later worked as a producer for artists such as Whistle and wrote a music industry column for Black Beat magazine and allhiphop.com. He also sought to raise breast cancer awareness through the Mama Luke Foundation after a friend died of the disease and encouraged people to get um, colorectal exams following his cancer diagnosis in February. The new look for hip hop and cancer is to go get yourself checked out before it happens. He told the Colorectal Cancer Alliance survivors include his parents, four children, three brothers, and seven grandchildren. Um, Although Kango occasionally seemed irritated by the music craze around Roxanne, it's ridiculous. He told the Times in 1985, they might as well have dolls and everything else. The original song remained a classic, beloved by hip hop artists, including the Atlanta rapper Ludacris. I was about 5 or 6. It was on vinyl, and I just loved the hell out of that song. Ludacris told Rolling Stone in 2003 that made me want to rap. Yeah, so SIP to Kangol Kidd. Man, that's crazy, man. Let's get to hold on, let's see how much time I have. All right, we got time for one last topic here. Um, we got time for one last topic. Um, all right, so so this is crazy, man. And I and and this is regarding a music artist who goes by the name of Carol G. Okay. Carol G took one of the hardest falls on stage we've seen in a while, but she also bounced back just as quickly. Okay. Let me tell you something, folks. You know what this shit reminds me of? It reminds me of an episode of 106 Park when when Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child actually busted her ass on, on 106 Park. Mad people saw the video. I was like, yo, but this one right here is kind of crazy. This one is so fucking crazy, man. Look at this shit. Like, that's crazy, man. If you're a performer and you're a performer and you don't even realize you're about to bust your ass and eat it, yo, that'd be crazy right there, man. Anyway, man, the singer was performing in Miami on Friday, playing to a packed FTX arena when at one point she slipped and fell a flight of stairs on stage. Oh man. Check out the video. It's pretty brutal as the fall was quite long and set her whole body twirling all the way down. Eventually, she landed on all four facing the ground, almost in a fetal position. One of her dancers raced down to attend to her. Before you knew it, she was back on her feet and carried on with the show. Unclear if she ended up finishing her entire set because afterwards she told a local outlet her nails were broken and her knee was bruised. We reached out to her reps and there's no word. So that's crazy, man. Damn, that's crazy, son. That's fucking crazy, man. Oh my gosh. Look, man, if you are a performer, right, and you know you're performing
in front of people, and you know for a fact that you feel like in your gut that you about to fucking bust your ass and shit, you have to really be careful nowadays, man. I don't mean to laugh, but that shit is so fucking funny to me, man. Like that shit is funny though, man. I can't help it. Um, I didn't want to end the show on a sad note due to Kangol Kidd who passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta find the balance between serious and then funny. So that's exactly what I did. So, you know what I mean? Let's see how much time I got here. All right. Okay, check this out. What we're gonna do is we are going to end this show right now. We're gonna end the show right now. So hang on a minute here as I take a look at the browser. Yeah, here we go. All right, that's gonna do it for episode 99. If you like what you like what you heard in today's episode, feel free to make a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. Um, that's $ G Money Stacks capital GMONEY capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank, folks. It's all about doing what you can to actually be comfortable of whatever amount of money you decide to donate. You don't need a lot of money to actually show um you don't need a lot of money to actually show that you're you're um showing moral support. You don't need to do that. Um don't get discouraged because you don't have a lot of money to actually show support. Because the thing about moral support, folks, is that you can't put a price on it. Same way you can't put a price on friendship and you can't put a price on happiness as well. So there you go. Um okay, first and foremost, you can follow the show on Facebook and Instagram, which is Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Podcast, all in one word, Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast and Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, the review show. And for those of you who may not know what Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, it's basically the sports edition show that I'm doing. So basically, let me just say, let me just say, um, you can follow me on the gram at G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Make sure you turn on your notification. Yeah, your notifications, very important. You turn on your notifications. That way you can see me in action in Instagram Live, which is what I'm doing. Um, and also you can follow me on 17 Live, which is G Money Stacks Queens, New York. And now we are gonna go to the stream platforms on the go. And I'm going to go to the segment that I actually created. Let me give me a minute here. Give me a minute here, folks. Um, yeah, so it's called Stream Choices on the Go. All right. This is a segment about um we go through the streaming platforms where you can listen to episodes of the podcast. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over where you can listen. And I just added another streaming platform, so I'll get to it in a sec. All right. So here we go. You can follow the show alongside with
alongside with the other streaming platforms like Anchor, Audible, Audio Burst. We are on Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict, Podbay, Podfriend, Podo Polo, and the newly added streaming platform is Podcast Index, and of course, Podchaser. Don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on the two links, Podchaser and Podfriend, so that way you can actually get an idea on on even though you don't have anything to say, a 5-star rating will be appreciated. Anyway, we are on Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcast. Don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And last but not least, the YouTube. Go ahead and grab the subscribe button on the YouTube channel G Money Stacks 555, alongside with enabling alerts with the notification bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes in the air via live stream. Stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes with the ones that was previously recorded. It'll be posted and uploaded to the YouTube channel page. Leave a like and a comment alongside with the topics. Download your favorite episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, tell a friend to another friend, and also make sure you share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, which is on both pages of G Money Stacks 555 and Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast pages. All right. And yeah. So, like I always say at the end of the show, right? Make sure you reach out to your loved ones, especially the ones you care about, because you know your loved ones, like your husbands, your wives, your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Those individuals might be fine on the outside, but on the inside they are not. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to reach out to them, see how they're doing on the inside, because you never know what they're going through, whether it's traumatic experiences, whether it's like, something scary like, rape, molestation, rape, um whatever it is. You, you can't put a time frame on when to reach out to a person, because it's 365 days in a year. You just take a risk by following your heart, your soul, and mind, and your instincts, because everyone knows that common sense is not always common. All right. So um yeah, and I bring this up because this has to do with mental health. And you know mental health is important. It's actually important to everybody, not just myself, but for the people that's actually going through this. I say it's important to them too, so I have to address it. So anyway, man, um also, here's some free game on how to actually um here's some free game that I want to give to. If you have a dream of being a podcast host and you're interested in creating a podcast like myself, who has 3 podcast shows under his belt, um don't worry, I got you. All right. So here's some key important things that you need to start a podcast. All right. First and foremost, you need headphones.
you also need a microphone. Now, when I say headphones and microphones, I don't mean go crazy on buying something expensive. It doesn't have to be anything too expensive, but if you want, that's your choice. So look, you can even get a Yeti microphone, or you can even get the microphone that I'm using, which is called a Voxcon. I bought that from Target, not Amazon, folks. Um, and that was something that I needed to go with the laptop that I'm using, and yeah, and look at me now. I'm actually doing what I can and doing what I love to do. So, also, um, if you're creating a name for the show, don't worry about the fucking haters, okay? You don't need validation from other people to actually tell you um if they like it or not. You don't need that approval. This is about you making yourself happy, not about the corporations, not about the media companies, not about the mainstream stuff bullshit, okay? You don't need you don't need validation to actually to be successful. And as I previously said about the definition of being success is not worrying about portraying an image from the past, and not portraying and not pretending to be someone or something that you're not. And you don't want to waste your time trying to seek um approval and validation from your parents or anything like that, though, because as human beings we actually go through things, and we only got two versions of ourselves as human beings. There's the old version and there's the new version of ourselves. So it's basically based on growth, and you can't pigeonhole somebody from growing up. And if they're already an adult, like, let them be adults. Let sons and daughters be adults. You can't pigeonhole them forever based on your old school tricks. Um, yeah, and that's my definition of what success is. Um, Also, um, you want to come up with a unique name that nobody has ever heard before. That way it'll be a lot easier. So you don't find out that somebody you don't find out that that particular one surprise would be that you don't want to feel like you're copying off of somebody or whatever. You don't want to do that. So it's best to be authentic and shit. So you know what I'm saying. Um, Also, I like to give some free game about StreamYard, which is one of the softwares that I've been using to connect to my YouTube, Twitch, um, and stuff. So StreamYard is a software that I use that includes creation tools that allows you to create banners that allow you to create talking points on your social media handles, the websites of your businesses, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whether it's whatever it is, whatever it is. You can also create your own brand too. Like for example, as you can see right here, you can see the name of the show right here appear on your YouTube screen. Of course, these scrolling banner of talking points of where people could follow you, where you can follow the podcast on streaming platforms and stuff. And of course, I am going to actually tap on another banner to show you the thank you. I want to actually do that. Um anyway, So, um, the thing about StreamYard that I like is you get to send invite links. As a host, you get to send invite links to people that you have phone numbers, emails, and perhaps Instagram handles or whatever. Um, so there you go. Um, and also, if you like to know more about how to create a podcast, you could download the Anchor app, or you could go check out the website at anchor.fm so you can get yourself a head start, and hopefully you'll be able to have a successful podcast journey. All right. Another thing I want to touch on about success is that um it's not about um it's not about going with other people's suggestions and stuff. You also have to have your own vision of your ideas. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how I feel. Like you got to go with your own vision. It's not about taking other people's suggestions and critiques. You know what I mean? Um Also, I want to stress this though. Podcasting is not about pleasing the people that are listening and watching on the YouTube and all the other stuff. It's about your thoughts, and it's about what you think of the topics with your thoughts and talks, facts and opinions. All right? That's what that is. Um so yeah, there you have it right there, man. I hope you guys got all the information on how to start a podcast, especially anchor.fm. And of course, you could. And by the way, for for everybody that's using the Android, you can also download the podcast tracker app, which is similar to which is similar to which is similar to I believe Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it's similar to Apple Podcasts though. You know what I mean? That way you get type in the name of the show and how many episodes it has and shit like that. Um and of course it'll really help you out and stuff, so you could actually have something to listen to, so you could actually have something to take your mind off of stressful events, stressful things in the family home, whatever case scenario may be. And yeah, so listen, man, this has been a great episode 99. I like to say thank you to the people who actually came in and actually had a chance to um view this on Instagram live. Of course, the people outside the states, all over the world, Canada, of course, the USA, Long Island, aka Strong Island, and people in the five boroughs who actually had a chance to tune in. I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to actually take a chance on me, getting to know me as a person and as a human being, and as a and as one of the great hosts of this show right here off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast. And this is episode 99, which is the last episode before we even go to episode 100. All right. Um so here's the thing. Before I wrap up the show, off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast will be taking a hiatus because of Christmas and New Year's. It'll be back January 5th at 6 p.m., which is a Wednesday, which is the day after my birthday. So January the 5th, off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast will be back. All right. So I just want to let everybody know about this. So there you have it right there, man. Like I said, man, I like to thank everybody who actually got a chance to tune in and rock with me, and and I really
like I said, man, I really appreciate every single one of you who had a chance to actually get a chance to hear me out on my thoughts and talks. And of course, perhaps I actually, try my best to do what I can to be able to create content for you guys. So there you have it right there. Um, let me see how much time I have on here. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm about to wrap this up right now, man. So here we go. We about to be out of here. I hope you guys are able to enjoy what you learn, enjoy the show and stuff. I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to listen. And of course, we got 1.4K plays, which I have to say it's basically the greatest feeling of all time. All right. So a round of applause for 1.4K plays. And that's it, man. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me on YouTube and rocking with me on Instagram Live, of course. And like I said, if you need help on trying to figure out how to start a podcast and any equipment, be sure to reach out on Instagram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. All right. That way, I'll be able to give you some ideas, guide you through whatever streaming platforms you're trying to put yourself onto. Like I said, because I previously helped out the two podcasters who have a show called Your Glowing Podcast, which I will actually recommend in the segment of Podcast Juice of the Week. I'm gonna bring that shit back tomorrow in the 100 episode. All right. I may not be able to get the previous people in the episode 100 because of work schedule related issues. Um, and like I said, man, um, I'm really looking forward to what's gonna go down in 2022. And 2021 had its ups and downs, but I am actually humble and grateful to actually made it this far. And I'm going to do the same with Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast and my sports podcast, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. So we could both have anniversaries, 1 year anniversary, and next year will be 2 year anniversary. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I hope you guys are ready for Christmas. And make sure you are masked up. Make sure you have your hand sanitizer. Wash your hands with water and soap. Have your water alongside with a Gatorade for electrolytes so you could be able to get energy and strength. So I'm off this shit. I'm clocking out. G Money signing out. G Money Stack signing out though. Peace and one love, and have a great night.